Hey everybody, Mike from streamingchurch.tv. I've got some new release or some new and improved things that I'm going to be rolling out in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be telling you about them. The team has done all of the work and building a couple new things. This week's a little bit smaller. Next week will be some more new and improved as well. But I want to let you know because some of you may have already noticed this one if you did any manual DVR recording this last weekend. Those have changed, and I'm going to walk you through that, and I'll show you a little step by step. That'll be our help video to help you see how that works now. It's really not a giant change. Just kind of a safety precaution to make sure that you have an encoder running before you try to click the record button. You will begin by going to Event Admin and making sure that your service times are all entered and correct, because our DVR, auto DVR functionality works specifically off those service times. So let's jump to the DVR record. You'll land and it'll look like this. And if you haven't noticed, here is a confidence monitor. So what this is telling you is it is showing you if your encoder is on and sending a stream. It will not allow you can see you don't even have a record button until it senses a video is coming out of the encoder. Because if you hit the record button and you don't have a signal coming in, the DVR will just give up. It needs to see a stream signal coming in before it will actually record and stay recording. One other caveat, one other caution is if you schedule a very long service, and if at any point you turn off the stream, the recording is over. So you want to make sure that you're recording the whole thing and you're encoding the whole time that you've scheduled that recording if you want to capture the whole thing. So I'm going to turn on. You can see a transition happen there. Now I'm streaming from the encoder. It auto populated a start recording button. By the way, for the file name, you can add anything you want. It defaults to the date, and you can change it. Just make sure that it has the MP4 ending and call that file anything you want to call it. I would hit start recording, and then it would record that. You can see it processing now. I'll just do this briefly, and this is in manual mode, so I manually turned it on to record, and I'm just going to manually stop it now. So that would then be in the media vault, and you see immediately here it offers you the option to access the media vault and go see that recording. Give it a few. You notice it says 3 minutes here. A video has to process, so after you hit stop, you'll notice here it says 3 minutes, and then your video should be available in the media vault. So I'm going to go back to Admin and go back to DVR, and now we're going to feature the auto recorder. So with auto record, this is why I talked about earlier. Your service times are automatically brought over here, and then you can choose that you do want to record the Tuesday service, but maybe for some reason you don't want to record the Friday service. You want to, how many minutes, you have to choose two options in each recording. How many minutes do you want the recording to delay after you start the service? So maybe you have announcements at the beginning and you want to skip those, so you say it takes Joe about 10 minutes to get through announcements. It'll wait to start recording until 10 minutes into this service time. So it would be 9:15. It would begin recording. And then we want to come over to here and say our services run approximately 75 minutes. Well, if they run 75, give it 80 to 85 for some of those more long-winded Sundays where the pastor goes a little long, or music goes a little long, or something goes a little long. And we're going to hit that. And now we're going to click and schedule the recording. And again, you will see that it says setting saved, because we have all of our correct settings now saved for auto DVR. If you have a midweek service or a funeral or a wedding or something you need to record, just temporarily tick off the auto recorder, and then you can use the manual features to record that event. But then you got to remember to come back and turn your auto record back on, or your services won't be recorded. So this has been the DVR feature for streamingchurch.tv.